In the meantime, on these developments in Syria where a hospital was taken out, 9 were killed, largely Doctors Without Borders workers. Garry Kasparov here is saying just because Russia is denying this attack doesn't mean that Russia isn't still behind this attack. And we're just learning this video, actually, the Russian planes involved that would seem to show that. But Vladimir Putin is denying it. Good to see him.
Thanks for inviting me. I wish we had other things to discuss about this strategy in Syria, but I'm afraid we'll see and hear more bad news from this region. And Putin will deny everything. He doesn't care because he knows that he gets whatever he wants, negotiating with Americans, with Europeans. And he
doesn't even negotiate now. He just
but it's negotiation. Him is my way or highway, and it's always his way. And unlike others, unlike Obama administration or European allies of the United States, Putin knows exactly what he wants in Syria. He wants Assad to stay in power at any cost. Obama said 5 years ago, Assad must go. Putin said, Assad must stay. And now Putin knows the only way to preserve Assad in Damascus as the ruler of Syria is to leave Assad versus ISIS. So that's why Putin has been steadily destroying non-ISIS opposition to Assad. And he knows that there will be no way of buying the loyalty of these people, so he has to kick them out. So, and more refugees, more people, fleeing to Europe, good, because it also weakens the European Union, and also, empties territories that Assad will eventually control.
So he's not caring one way or the other. Garry, by the way, has a great book out, Winter is Coming. It foresaw a lot of the things we're seeing play out right now. But Garry, we're just learning today separately that the Russians, the Venezuelans, the Saudis, those in Qatar are now agreeing to a freeze on oil output, and the Russians included. And it's not a cut in oil output, but it's a freeze. But it was good enough for the markets to see this as a stable development that could eventually lift oil prices. So,
but they didn't.
No, they didn't. They lifted stocks today.
It didn't.
But do you think any of these parties, including Vladimir Putin, will stick to this?
I don't think Putin will stick to any agreement he signed if it doesn't work for him.
Really?
So far, he saw just another opportunity, maybe not so much about oil prices, though it could help, but to bring Saudi Arabia and Qatar, the Sunni monarchies from the Gulf, at the negotiating table. Because he wants to play the games, it's like in a casino, many tables.
Well, President Obama says he's the one who's desperate. And these far strong type of things he tries to do in Syria, in Ukraine, and Crimea a couple of years
Who's President Obama? I mean, there's no America in the Middle East anymore. Putin plays a real game, and Obama keeps sending John Kerry there. So America has disappeared from the region, and even if it pretends that
he's filling that void.
Yeah, and that's why, it's the vacuum that has been created by American absence has been filled by Putin, by Iranians, by Assad, by other thugs and terrorists.
Now, you've seen the Republican bunch of candidates. Does anyone impress you more than another who could deal with Putin or could take him on?
Look, it's unfortunately, in these current elections, looking at both sides, I have to use a default option. Because, I hear so many statements that, in my view, are counterproductive for U.S. foreign policy. Because, you cannot, have America first, unless you have, your global
Who's least
vision.
offensive to you?
I would say Rubio for foreign policy, maybe Kasich. The problem with Trump,
not Donald Trump.
Come on, that's just he is Putin's fan. So it's again, America needs a president who believes in something and who could
Well, how do you know Trump doesn't?
He evolves on a daily basis. So
they
that's
all do, right?
Yeah. That's there are principles. So I don't think he knows what principle means. I think it's this new.
What about Bernie Sanders? Right now we had a guy who just switched allegiances. Georgia, powerful Democrat. I suspect the first of many who will bolt from Hillary and maybe to Bernie.
Look, we can see the crisis on both sides.
Yeah.
And I think, by the way, this is a result of Obama's administration, because it created so many expectations on one side, and it led to Bernie Sanders, because people who support Bernie Sanders believed Obama could do more, just to destroy the economy.
Follows these two.
Trump is on the other side. It's
right.
People who are upset with what Obama did, and unfortunately, these people they see no powerful response
but
from the mainstream.
His people say, who would tell Putin were to get off, go to hell, that kind of stuff.
No, but it's not because Trump's instincts is to make a deal, and that's what Putin needs. You know, let's not forget. You know, the Soviet Union was stopped by Harry Truman in Stalin's expansions in late 40s, who just who took a very strong stand against Joseph Stalin, not Putin. Right. And the deadly blow was delivered by Ronald Reagan, the man who had principles and who. Exactly, but you need strategy, you need vision, and you have to understand that moral values that create the foundation for the victory against totalitarian forces and dictators.
Well, you're a chess player. I'm a chess player. We're like joined at the hip. Don't you think that part of chess is not moral? Part of succeeding is just out-strategizing the other guy. You were very good at it. You're the world's best at it, and that might be what we need, someone who can out-strategize the next guy.
Yeah, but look, this is in chess, you know exactly what your opponent has. It's a 100% transparent game. You don't know about his or her thoughts, but you know exactly what kind of resources could be used against you. Dictators hate chess, because they're very good, tacticians. They can be spontaneous. They don't have the burden of the parliament, of the free press.
But I've seen you where it looks like the opponent has all the pieces that you don't, and you've won.
Now, look, but it's a transparent game.
As a fellow
but it's yes, but the advantage of democracy is that democracy can rely on lasting institutions. Democracy can have strategy that will overlast the president or the prime minister who's in the office.
And we're dropping the ball on that.
Yeah, that's a problem. We need a plan that will work in 5 or 10 years from now, and I don't think we should be caught by the hysterical claims. What we do today, we already made so many mistakes, and that's why while seeing Putin and other thugs on the rise, we need a plan, we need a strategy, and this strategy should be based on the same values that led the free world to win the Cold War against Soviet Union. Much more powerful, much more formidable foe than Putin's Russia.
All right, Garry Kasparov, always good having you, my friend. A pretty good chess player, but more than that, it's a great writer. And winter is coming. I urge those, whether you agree with it, he said disagree, lays out a very scary global blueprint. What's going on here that maybe a lot of politicians on the left and right aren't paying attention to. He is, and as a fellow chess giant in my own mind, I don't know where I'm going. All right.